a program which uses the two-dimensional array concepts into real-life situations. Let's deal with a real-life program using these two-dimensional arrays. Not just that when I say a two-dimensional array program, it has to use purely a two-dimensional array. You can even use a one-dimensional array within that. So here, I'll be dealing with a program which uses both two-dimensional array as well as one-dimensional array. Now, what will the program at this place? Now, this program is to display the average marks scored by 60 students in 3 subjects. So what I'll do is, I'll declare a two-dimensional array to store the marks of 60 students in a class of in a class strength of 60 students. And here I'll call this as subject 1. Let me say the first row as subject 1. So we'll have this particular first row allocated as 60 students. So here, let me take this as a two-dimensional array. So M of 0, 0 is the first student's first subject marks. M of 0, 1 is the first subject second student marks. M of 0, 59 is still the first subject and 60th student class. So it means that the first index is subject and the second index is the student. So this is subject, let me say S1, and this is student, let me say ST1. So subject 1, ST2, that is second student, and so on till the subject 1 and the 60th student. Similarly, I am supposed to do it for even other subjects also. Let me say this as S2. So S2 will have a subject code as 1, and then the student number will be again 0 till 59. And then subject 3 will be 2 and student 1 will be 0, and subject 3 will be 2 and the 60th student will be 59. So 2, 59, 0, 59, so on. So in this, I am supposed to deal with these two-dimensional arrays. Now, I had to find the average marks of subject 1, average marks of subject 2, average marks of subject 3. For that, what I'll do is, I'll declare one-dimensional array which will have just 3 rows. Now, in the first row, what I'll do is, I'll add all these elements and store into this particular. Now let me say this as an array called as T. M is the array which is going to store the marks, and T is going to store the average or sum of all these marks. So all the 60 student marks are added and stored into T. All the 60 students are added and stored into T. All the 60 students are added and stored into T. To get the average, what I'll do is, I'll say T of 0 divided by 60. The average marks is T of 0 divided by 60. The average marks at this place is again T of 0, T of 1 by 60. This is T of 0, this is T of 1, and this is T of 2. So first read the marks in subject and then calculate the total divided by 60 to get the values of the average marks, right? Okay, let me put a code to make you understand this particular stuff. So as usual, I'll have the header files. I'll say hash include. Now I'll have the main function. Now in this main function, what I'll do is, I'll read these values. So before I read the values, what I need to do is, I need to declare a two-dimensional array to store the marks. So let me declare a two-dimensional array as M. How many subjects are there total? 3 subjects. And how many students are there total? 60 students, comma. To calculate the total and store, I'll declare one more two-dimensional array called as 3. Have the index variables as I and j, and take a sum variable as s. So M of 360 is to store the marks, T of 3 is to store the total, I, j are the loop variables, and s is going to calculate the sum of these marks and store into T. Average marks, I can directly do it in the printf itself. If you want to carry out separate averages, A1, A2, A3, you can declare them as float, or else I'll do it within the printf itself. The first step is to read these marks, right? So what I'll do is, I'll put a printf as enter the details. Now within this, I will place one more message. How many subject marks am I supposed to do? I have 3 rows, it means that I have 3 subjects. So let me say for I equals to 0, I less than equals to 2, I plus plus. When I is 0, which subject marks am I reading? I am reading the subject marks of the first subject. So why don't we place a printf inside this? I'll say printf enter the marks scored by students in subject %d, I plus 1. Now see, this is just to make the program more interactive. When I0, what it does? Enter the marks scored by students in subject I plus 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. So on the screen it will flash a message saying that you have to enter the marks scored by the students in subject 1. So how many students are there total? 60 students. Let me write a J loop at this place. For j equals to 0, j less than equals to 59, j plus plus. And within this, I'll read these marks. I'll say scanf %d, ampersand of m of I, j. Is the program complete? No, I've just read these marks. So when I0, it will ask you to display the marks scored by the students in subject 1. Then read all the 60 marks. When you go back, again enter the marks scored by 60 students in subject 1 plus 1 is 2, subject 2, again read the 60 marks. When you go back, I becomes 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, enter the marks scored by students in subject 3, and then 0 to 59, I0, and j keeps on changing. So when reading, I'll keep subject as constant and change the student value and store these marks, right? So once you are through with the reading operation, next is to find the total. Okay, now let me do this particular total for you. So how do I do the total? For that, what I'll do is I'll say for how many subjects are there? 3 subjects. I equals 0, I less than equals to 2, I plus plus. Let me set initial sum of the first subject as 0. Now, how many students are there total? 60 students. J equals 0, j less than equals to 59, j plus plus. What it is, you now say s equals to s plus m of I, j. What it is, the marks of the first student are added with 0. The marks of the second students are added with the first student. The marks of the third student are added with the fourth student, and so on and so on and so on. Don't you feel that this will add up all the 60 marks and student to s? But if I use the s value for the second time, the value of s is reset to 0. For that, what I'll do is, I'll copy this particular value into t of I as s. So s is now stored into t of I. All the totals of the first subject is now stored into t of 0. Second subject is stored into t of 1. Third subject is stored into t of 3. And so on and so on. So if I have 3 subjects, this will just find the total and store. Now, the last part is to display the average. How to display the average? For that, what I need to do is, I need to go for one more formula. So I'm asking you to do the display operation in each and every subject. The average marks I equals 0, I less than equals to 59, I plus plus. So I'll say printf average marks in subject %d, that is I plus 1 equals to %f, comma. Now at this %d, I'm supposed to say I plus 1, because when I0, sorry, this has to be for only 3 subjects since I equals 0 to 2. So when I plus 1, it is 0 plus 1 is 1. How do I find this particular total? Total is T of I, that is total T of 0 divided by 60.0 and the code. So I plus 1, subject 1, T of 0 by 60.0 will get you the average marks of the first subject. When you go back, I becomes 1. Average marks scored in subject 1 plus 1 is subject 2. T of 1 divided by 60. What T of 1 holds? T of 1 holds the average marks of all the 60 students. And then when you go back, again subject 3. So here we are going to add all these subject and store these values and then divide it by 60.0 and get the average marks scored by each and every student. This is one practical program where it uses the concepts of two-dimensional array as well as one-dimensional array. Have a complete workout on this particular example before you proceed applying the two-dimensional array concepts to your real life situations. You can do any sort of real life situations using these two-dimensional arrays. One program I have illustrated, rest of programs you can try. Thank you.